Tonight, Junior Achievement presents the 2024 Business Hall of Fame Awards. From New Haven all the way up Route 91 to the state capital of Hartford, we'll shine the spotlight on extraordinary community and business leaders that continue to leave their mark. It's a JA celebration of Connecticut's finest, honoring Don Allen, Karen Dubois Walton, Samuel Gray, Bill Griffith, Thomas Sansone, Dr. Reed Waldman, and hosted by Brian Schachtman. Now, your Junior Achievement 2024 Business Hall of Fame Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest and master of ceremonies for the evening, an Emmy Award-winning journalist known for his insightful reporting and engaging storytelling. We're thrilled to have him with us tonight to guide us through this special event. Please give a warm round of applause for Brian Schachtman.
Well, first of all, Jeremy, you said it can't start till I'm ready. So I go to the bathroom, puts my dinner over there, and I don't get a bite. I come back and they announce me to start the show. No, that's great. That's a great start. I appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. How are you? You good? Good. I'm Brian Schachtman. I am the morning host at WTIC AM, and I'm really excited to be here. I remember the COVID one with Don upstairs on the teleprompter while you guys were down here. I don't really understand what that... We saved lives that night, I know that. And then last year was my first time in person. You know, one of the best parts of being back is that I see so many familiar faces, and my family moved back to Connecticut in 2019. And now to be more comfortable knowing so many people is great. Although I'll tell you, being in radio is difficult because I don't put the suit on every day anymore. And it's a little, I need to get back in the gym a little bit. And sitting next to the All-American swimmer over there was a tough one for dinner, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Listen, we're so happy. The room is full. People are happy and excited for the 45th Annual Business Hall of Fame Awards ceremony and dinner. It's going to be a great night. I mean, be prepared to clap a lot, maybe cry a little bit. We have some amazing people that we're going to honor, the 6 individuals who have made tremendous impacts on their communities and the entire region. And of course, all funds tonight help JA advance its mission to empower young people to own their economic success by providing JA curriculum and programming to students at no cost. Now, in order for that to be a possibility, we host events just like this one that would not be possible without our sponsors. So I want to mention as many as I can, and I'll try to pronounce them as best as I can. A full listing is in your program, but we'd like to highlight some of them. So I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Hartford Steam Boiler and Stanley Black & Decker. Our diamond sponsors, Travelers and Webster Bank. And you know, those of us who are huge champions of Hartford know that if the corporate community doesn't get it, then we can't help young kids. And so every name here does something for JA, and it's just super important. So I want to call your attention to the sponsor list in the program. I want to thank tonight's supporters, give them a big round of applause. Platinum sponsors, Empower, Eversource, Goldman Sachs, Hartford Healthcare, The Hartford, Melville Charitable Trust, Prime Materials Recovery. Gold sponsors, Barnes Hoffman Auto Group, KPMG, PwC, Robinson & Cole, RSM, and Voya. And finally, our silver sponsors, Carmody Torrance, Sandak, and Hennessy, Centerview Partners. Yeah, feel free to woo-woo your own group. CGI, Ernst & Young, Carl Krapek, Liberty Bank, Merrill Lynch. I love how we put competitors next to each other, too. The Goodwin Group, Snowden Lane Partners, and Yale University School of Management. Thank you very much. And again, we want to make sure you look at the program book for our bronze student and patron sponsors, as well as all the supporters who purchased ads and tickets to the event. I mean, every single penny, as you know, goes to the right place. We can't go any further without giving a special shout out to the Hartford and New Haven Hall of Fame committees, whose leadership and support has been invaluable. We would like our Hall of Fame committee members to just stand up so we can embarrass you with a round of applause. Can you please stand up? Everyone on the committee, they have this little thing on the thing that says committee. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. So if they have a little red thing and they're sitting at your table, make them stand up. Shame them. It's okay to shame them in that instance. Speaking of the Hall of Fame committee members, I want to call up the chair of our Hartford committee and one of our presenting sponsors, Greg Baratz, President and CEO of the Hartford Steam Boiler. While Greg is making his way to the podium, it's worth noting that Greg is also a laureate in the JA Business Hall of Fame. So congrats, Greg, and thank you for your support for junior achievement.
All right, thank you, Brian. I will talk very slow so Brian doesn't get hangry here with Yadid's foods here. We don't want our MC upset. So listen, I just want to say it's great seeing so many friends of JA here tonight. Thank you very much. I mean, you could be almost anywhere. You could be in the gym, right? You could be still working. You could be home on the couch, but you chose to be here. All I can say is thank goodness UConn didn't have a game tonight. It's just absolutely amazing that we have two teams in the Final Four. It's just absolutely incredible. And I'd like to give a big special thanks or appreciation to our honorees tonight. Congratulations. I understand we have two people from Stanley Black & Decker. Is that right? We have Sam. Come on, let's hear from Stanley Black & Decker. We've got a big group here. All right, I'd like to thank our sponsors as well, because if we didn't have them, we couldn't have this event tonight, and so I appreciate their contributions. So you can see I'm the thank you guy, and I'm not done. I got more thank yous here. I got a big thank you to Hartford Hall of Fame Committee, and also the New Haven Hall of Fame Committee as well. I'd like a special thank you to Diane Wadnowski. Did I say it right, Diane? Could you please stand up, Diane? Where are you? She's in, where's Diane? There's Diane, way over there. Thank you. Diane's our chair for the New Haven Committee. She's also a fellow Hall of Fame laureate. So thank you, Diane, for your help. So, all right, so one of my main jobs, I get the honor to let out tonight how we're doing on our donations. So donations are still coming in, and we're doing fantastic. We've met our goal of $360,000. So thank you very much for everybody for your contributions. These dollars are going to go to some great programs to help our youth across the Connecticut state. You know, JA consistently delivers on their commitment to the community of bringing industry together with our educators, our volunteers, and our students and their place they work with innovative, creative solutions to drive education for our youth, which is incredibly valuable. You know, so it'll happen maybe a couple times tonight, but I would like to call up the JA staff that's here. Could you please stand up so we can see the team? We keep talking about you, but let's get a good look at you. Stand up. Where's all the JA? Come on, there's more of you than that. You're hiding. So listen, this team in 2024 is estimated to serve over 30,000 students. 30,000 students. That's incredible. So, you know, I get to stand up here as one of the leading sponsors, and also MC, but I also get to stand up here very humbly as the President CEO of Hartford Steam Boiler, which has been involved with JA for over 45 years. And I can tell you that, you know, we're committed to this organization. We've seen the talent, we've seen the programs, we've seen the impact that they've made to our youth. And I can only, say to all of you that, that this is time well spent and money well spent to invest. You know, every year we have dozens of our employees that volunteer their time to go to the Hall Academy over here in the middle school in New Britain, volunteering their time. You know, we get to see firsthand the impact of the programs that are being taught to these students, but also selfishly, we get a lot out of this as well. And the power of giving is amazing. And so if you haven't experienced it, I'm here recruiting if you're wondering. I'm recruiting you to step up and get more involved in this program. There's many of you are that are very much so, but it's a great program to be engaged with, and it's It means a lot to the JA. You know, their mission is to serve the youth, serve our community, and serve our businesses, and they've been doing an extraordinary job for an extended period of time. So thank you. That ends my formal comments. Now I get the honor to invite to the podium JA Board Chair Sue Jackson.
All right, good evening. Thank you, Greg. And on behalf of JA's Board of Directors, we greatly appreciate you and Diane chairing this year's event committee. And we appreciate HSB standing up to be one of this year's presenting sponsors. So thank you so much to HSB, to Greg, and also to Stanley Black & Decker. Thank you. I want to offer my congratulations to Don, Bill, Sam, Karen, Reed, and Tom. It is an honor that we get to share your stories tonight. Hope and inspiration is what JA is all about and what our young people need. And tonight's honorees, who are all pillars of our community and role models for the next generation, are encouraging young students to work hard and build better futures. So we really appreciate all that you've done and allowing us to honor you tonight. I hope all of you here tonight will be inspired by JA's recent transformation and some exciting new initiatives that Jeremy's going to talk to you about shortly. It's truly an exciting time to be a part of JA and to be involved with Junior Achievement, and I hope that you join us on the journey that we are about to embark. It will bring lasting impact to thousands of students both this year and into the future. So we hope you listen, and we hope you get as excited as we are to be part of JA. So thank you all for being here tonight. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, thank you to Sue and Greg, and obviously thank you to everyone up here because, as I said before, without you, this wouldn't be happening. And, you know, Jeremy's going to come up and say a few words. Of course, Jeremy Race is the president and CEO of Junior Achievement Southwest New England, and, you know, he's been there for 22 years, but CEO for 8. And I'd just say in the process of doing this in the last couple of years, Jeremy and I have also developed a friendship as we navigate through our ambitions as professionals and trying to be good dads and husbands. Our lunches have been really sort of must attend for me, and I really appreciate it. And that's why the personal connection for me, and hopefully we'll talk about Bill Griffith a little bit later too, is very strong. But Jeremy's going to share some thoughts of what's going on with Junior Achievement. Good luck, Jeremy.
Thank you, Brian. Isn't Brian doing a great job? I just whispered to Brian a little secret that we were kind of hazing him. It was Bill Griffith's idea to, as soon as he went to the bathroom, to start the program without him. So you can thank Bill. It never gets old. No. So welcome. It's great to see so many people. I was commenting earlier just to see people genuinely happy to see each other and be together. So we're truly appreciative that that Junior Achievement brought so many good friends and longtime friends together here tonight. So we truly, truly appreciate it. We have a lot of great people here tonight. You know, it's a lot of pressure for Brian to do this in front of Bill, who has done this for so many years, and who we're going to be honoring tonight. So again, congratulations and thank you for so many years, Bill. And also a lot of pressure. Margaret Lawson is here. Where's Margaret? Wave her hand. There's Margaret. So there she is. Give her a round of applause. So if you don't know Margaret Lawson, then you're missing out. I've known Margaret now for 22 years. And little fun fact, she launched this event 45 years ago. Okay? And she's been helping us ever since. Margaret, we truly love you. Thank you. Also, that's kind of an all-star table, is my friend Mary J. Lund, JA's former Chief Development Officer. Yeah, give her a round of applause. So Mary Jane actually ran this event for about 15 years. She retired back in 2015, but she's remained a great mentor and great friend. So MJ, thank you for being here. I kind of feel like Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars a little bit here. I see, I'm looking out. Some people are purposely not making eye contact with me. So I'll only do one more. And at that same table, Howard Carver is here. Howard is a longtime friend of JA, former board chair. He's currently on our emeritus board. He's a Hall of Fame laureate, and most importantly, Howard, a friend. So thank you so much. He flew all the way from Colorado just to be here for this event tonight. We could be here all night if I keep doing this, so I'll stop pointing people out. But I just want to say there's an amazing group of current and longtime business leaders in this room, and we're very honored that many of them are already in our Hall of Fame. So I am going to ask for anybody who is currently a Hall of Fame laureate, a past Hall of Fame laureate. There's many of you. I'm staring at a lot of you. Please stand up so you can be recognized. If you don't know, you got a little ribbon on your card. Wonderful. I want to thank them especially for not only their support of JA, but these are business leaders and community leaders who the students here, who hopefully you got a chance to meet in the lobby, these are the folks that we want them to emulate. These are the folks that we want them to walk in their shadows and be as successful, and in some cases even more successful. So thank you so much. This event is one of the highlights of our year. We have the opportunity to tell the stories of a few great men and women from both the Hartford community and also the New Haven community. These are folks who inspire greatness. These are people who have built businesses, created noteworthy change in Connecticut's business landscape, and have helped elevate people around them to not only be better employees, but be better and stronger contributors to society. And speaking of building businesses, as I mentioned, I hope you all had an opportunity to meet the amazing JA students that were stationed right outside the hallway here. Give them a round of applause. These students represent one of our key signature programs called the Entrepreneurial Academy, where high school students get together for 15 weeks on a business campus and start a real business. And those programs are proudly sponsored by the Hartford, Stanley Black & Decker, and Pratt & Whitney. And these kids are amazing. They hit me up, so I'm going to be buying all their products. So hopefully you guys bought some as well. Fresh Aura, Eagle Essentials, and Spark Card. So even pretty creative names. So good job, everybody. And as Brian mentioned, they represent the more than 30,000 students that we will serve this year, teaching them about careers. Another little fun fact, last year alone, we introduced Connecticut students to 200 different careers. Think about that. 200. Okay? And our work is not done. We need to do more of that. Now, I think Brian also mentioned, and Sue referenced the word transformation, so I think a slide is going to pop up behind me here. And on this slide, what you're going to be able to see is what we are trying to accomplish going forward. These are truly the aspirational goals that have become our North Star. As you heard me maybe say in recent years, it was only a couple years ago where we decided to make impact and outcomes our number one measurement of success. And since making this decision, we have seen things transpire at Junior Achievement that even in my 22 years at JA, I'm not sure I thought we would see. So I'm going to point two out. Last year, for those of you here last year, I stood right here in front of you and shared that we were in discussions with colleges and universities about granting high school students college credit for taking and completing some of our 10-semester-long courses. Now, I'm pleased to share that those conversations have been progressing with many institutions, including CCSU, University of Hartford, University of St. Joseph's, and Quinnipiac University, to name a few. And I'm also very proud to share that as long as the meeting goes well this week, we will be signing our first actual contract with Central Connecticut State University, which means this is real. This is happening. High school students will receive 3 free college credits for taking some of our programs, which is amazing. And don't worry, Rona's here. I know Stephen here from you. I'll be calling you. We're going to get a contract signed as soon as possible as well. So it's exciting, folks. Secondly, again, I stood here last year in front of all of you, and I shared that we were in discussions about possibly building a junior achievement BizTown and Finance Park facility in Hartford, which would be a 10 or 15,000 square foot brick and mortar junior achievement building that would provide life-changing financial literacy and career readiness experiences for 8,000 to 10,000 students each year. About 10,000 new kids, more students. Well, again, I'm very, very proud to stand before you tonight and say that we are 1,000,000% moving forward with that project. In December, the Junior Achievement Board unanimously voted to make JA BizTown Finance Park a reality. We are currently looking at real estate in downtown Hartford and hope to have a location secured by the summer so that we can start construction in early 2025. And it's important to note that once this facility is opened, we will serve students, yes, in Greater Hartford, but yes, 100% our friends in New Haven County, the Shoreline region, and all throughout Connecticut. We will be serving kids all over this great state. Now, since we decided to move forward with this project, there has been incredible momentum from our school partners. Last month, for example, we had the great pleasure of traveling to Washington, D.C. with over 40 educators. These were superintendents, assistant superintendents, principals, curriculum leaders, teachers from 15 different cities and towns in Connecticut, again, from both the Hartford and New Haven County. What we have here is a quick video to share the highlights from that trip, but hopefully more importantly, show you the genuine excitement from these educators about this program and coming to Connecticut.
Today, we've got a group of incredible educators from Connecticut coming down to DC to see the JA Finance Park facilities with the JA Greater Washington office.
We are going to take a tour of the BizTown Finance Park facility to allow these educators from Connecticut to experience what students in their towns may experience when we bring JA Finance Park and BizTown to Connecticut.
I am beyond excited to be a part of this amazing adventure. There are principals and superintendents and people from all suburbs and surrounding districts, which I think is huge because not only do my Hartford kids desperately need this, but the suburb kids need this too.
What you're going to see here pretty soon today is what we're hoping to build in downtown Hartford. Okay? This will be the first brick and mortar facility in New England. Okay? Not just Connecticut, but New England. We're going to need to raise $15 to $20 million to do this. Okay? It's going to take us several years to build this. We believe the time is right, but we can't do it without your help and your guidance. And that's really what you're here for today.
What impresses me the most is the opportunity for students to actually have hands-on engagement in the learning process as it relates to financial literacy.
Where I work at the 5th, 6th grade level, this is something the kids need. They need this right away. They need this as part of school. They're not always learning it at home. So if this brings it in and this gives them that financial literacy piece, I love it.
The way in which students learn these days, if it's not connected to real life experiences or has any form of relevance, they're not as motivated.
It gives the students an accurate view of what adulting would look like once they leave high school.
It helps students understand that mom and dad are not always going to be there. I'm the one who's going to be responsible for my own decisions and taking care of myself financially.
Understanding that everything is at their reach, but they won't know that if they don't have accessibility to learning about these kind of opportunities. So very excited to be bringing that to Hartford.
Our kids are going to be blown away.
It's about families, it's about community, and it's an opportunity for a lot of great experiences and great growth and success.
Real life, realistic, relevant situation for students.
This program has the opportunity to be a real game changer for Connecticut. And I don't say that lightly, okay? But especially with the new financial literacy laws and mandates in Connecticut, we hope that this can also fit into that piece of the equation and help you. Hopefully it's something that's complementary and helps you achieve the goals and objectives you have for your scholars, because we care deeply about them just as much as you do. All right, what do you think? Do you think we need this in Connecticut? Well, we can make it happen. I hope this video, hopefully sparks your imagination and passion for where JA is going in the future. As you heard me say in the video, yes, this project will require us to raise $15 to $20 million, and that's a big number. But as all of you successful businessmen and women know in this room, no task this big should be easy, right? It's not going to be an easy task, but nothing important is. And I hope you agree that nothing is more important than the future of our young people. So, don't worry, there's no ask tonight, so I'm not going to come after anybody's wallets tonight. But I do hope that you are intrigued, you're excited, and you want to learn more about this project, because this is what's going to take JA to the next level, and it's because this is what our students need. Those 40 educators came back saying we need this in Connecticut. Our students need this, and we plan to deliver it. We plan to deliver it in downtown Hartford, and we believe that's going to be an incredible asset for the entire state of Connecticut. So, inspiring video, inspiring future. And we have here an inspiring new mayor of Hartford. So we're honored that Hartford's new mayor, Aruna Rampalam, has joined us tonight. I've had the pleasure of meeting with Aruna several times, and I was even on one of his workforce committees going forward. So I know Mr. Mayor is supportive of this project, and he's supportive of JA, and we're super pleased that you're here. So if you want to come up and join me on stage, and to everyone else, please, thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Well, thank you, guys. It is so great to be with all of you. Congratulations to all of the awardees tonight. There aren't a lot of award ceremonies in which you get to walk away a Hall of Famer. This is a really cool one. And to all of you who are here, thank you for being here. Welcome to our beautiful city of Hartford. Thank you for spending a night with us. We hope you'll be back in a couple of weeks for a championship parade. I'm going to knock on some glass here. And if you're not making the trip to Phoenix, come back and watch the games at some of our great restaurants and bars with other UConn fans. There's so much going on in our downtown, and championship weekend, Final Four weekend is a great time to see that. I'm so proud to be here with JA. As Jeremy said, I'm so excited for this vision ahead. We are so committed to what is coming, because we're committed to JA and the work that JA does to connect young folks to financial literacy, to workforce readiness, to break down the barriers, to build opportunity for economic opportunity for our young people here in the city of Hartford and across the region. It's just such incredibly important work. But it doesn't happen in a silo. It happens with so much support. And I look around this room to those of you who give your time or your treasure or both. You have such a huge part in that. And we are blessed with so many individuals and such a great corporate community that is bought into that work. And Brian alluded to this before. One of the things that makes us really unique in the city of Hartford, one of the many things that makes us special, is the strength of our corporate community. And it's a community that is committed to our present, that is rooted in our past, but that's really invested in our future. And there's no better investment we can make as a city, as a community, for our future than investing in the young people. And that's what JA is doing every day. So I'm proud to be here. Thank you guys for your support. Take care.
Now, if you don't know, he lets me say Mayor Arunin, because I've been working on it. I practiced it. He's got 5 kids at home. You know, I work on hockey analogies because that's basically what I can understand, and that's my background. Like, Bill Griffith being here is like Gordie Howe in the audience. I mean, Mayor Arunin has like a full line. If you include the parents, he's got a goalie and a coach, and he's also running the city. And I know how early you got up this morning because I talked to you on the radio. So we're very grateful that he came to join us tonight. So just one more hand for Mayor Arunin, please. All right, let's get down to it. We have 3 laureates and present a Community Leadership Award, a Spirit of Hope Award, and an Entrepreneur Award. Now, we recognize our honorees for their achievements, and of course, we thank them for setting a powerful example for the leaders of tomorrow. Now, we have some of JA's recent honorees who are going to join us to help introduce these 6 new individuals into the JA Business Hall of Fame. Joining us first this evening is Eric Clements, last year's Community Leadership honoree and a powerful force in the greater New Haven community. Please join me in welcoming Eric to the stage.
Good evening. The Spirit of Hope Award seeks to recognize individuals who have exhibited a deep sense of commitment to providing hope for the future of others in the community. I'm so proud of the work that Dr. Karen Du Bois Walton and Elm City Communities have been doing in New Haven, in the New Haven area. Just like JA, they too are changing lives and changing the trajectories of many in the community. This year's Spirit of Hope Award honoree is an outstanding member of her community, making a real difference in the lives of her neighbors every single day. We are so grateful to have dedicated support and representation for housing in our region. This woman is incredible in her purpose and drive to make the lives of her constituents better, to give them hope and encourage them to be greater than their current situation. So without further ado, our first awardee of the evening, my dear friend, Dr. Karen Du Bois Walton.
Karen is a transformational leader. She looks to empower others, support them where they are. That is shown throughout her work in the Housing Authority of New Haven. Under her leadership, we have completed over $800 million of capital improvement. We also provided for approximately $2 million yearly to support families where they are. When you see and hear of stories about Karen, there are these intertwining themes which are equity and access. You may see her at the State Board of Education advocating for our youth and education, and also looking at policies that need to be changed in the state of Connecticut as it relates to affordable housing. And she's on the forefront of those issues. What I admire most about Karen is her ability to be innovative. The Housing Authority has a large youth population. She immediately thought, what is it that we can do as an organization to support them where they are, to provide those wraparound services, to provide a sense of you belong, to also articulate that I believe in you and your ability. And as a result of that, she actually spearheaded an internship for students who reside with the Housing Authority. It is a paid internship. We have seen the fruits of that labor. Some have gone on to college, some actually work with the Housing Authority, and others had decided they wanted to explore a trade. To see that success speaks volumes. Everyone matters, whether you are less fortunate or you sit in an office. She wants to hear what you have to say so that that can help shape what she needs to fight for.
Yeah, Karen, why don't you come up here and we can make you feel even more uncomfortable with all the wonderful things we have to say about you. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen DuBois Walton. I have some more to talk about. No, you come right over here. You can read along with me if you'd like. It turns out that the mission of Junior Achievement and the career of Karen are mirror images of inspiration and preparation, a belief in the boundless potential of young people, an approach highlighted by passion, honesty, integrity, and excellence. Seeking out individuals of diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and talents, and nurturing the power of partnerships and collaborations. We know that is at the heart of JA. It also reflects the priorities, passion, track record, and leadership style of Karen DuBois Walton. Hers is an ambitious, inclusive leadership that is driven by a powerful mind and a pure heart. I mean, these are like, it doesn't say anything about walking on water, but it says a lot more. She cares deeply and skillfully, tackling the biggest issues and toughest challenges. Karen is fierce, commands respect, and is willing to say things that may be uncomfortable to hear, but are true and right. She exudes optimism, provides assurance, is doggedly determined, and firmly believes in economic mobility. She creates aggressive expectations and then exceeds them. Everything relates to values, and hers are impeccable. Friends say her honesty defines her, as does her sharp intellect. Karen is ambitious and accountable, a leader who delivers at Elm City Communities and the State Board of Education, and so much more, large and small, close to home and well beyond. She's never lost sight of who she is, and the depth of pride she has in her own upbringing and her children influences her in ways that benefit all of us. She's earned people's confidence and respect, not for the little title that she holds, but for the work that she does. Karen believes we have unlimited possibilities and acts on that belief. You feeling good? You good? You good? I'm going to keep going. I got another half page. Coaching is second nature in her household, a calling that is shared just on differing fields of play. She can see the victory even in defeat and proudly leaves examples of what's possible for the next generation of women to amplify. She is, as friends and colleagues point out, the real deal. Junior Achievement of Southwest New England enthusiastically presents the 2024 Spirit of Hope Award to Karen DuBois Walton. That was something.
What do you say to after that? Oh my goodness, that is really overwhelming to stand here and hear all of that. So thank you. I'm going to pause for a moment because they're photographers. I'm going to let them get a shot, because if you looked in the photos that were in the video, it took forever for me to find one without my mouth like. And I realize when I public speak, I don't really pause for somebody to take a picture, so. All right. All right, so I'm gonna need that picture. Listen, a huge, deep thank you to Junior Achievement, to all who've worked so hard to put this event together tonight, but to all who support JA, to everyone who does this work of JA every day. A really special acknowledgement to the young people of JA. If you all haven't shopped, go out there and support those businesses. That is just so amazing. They demonstrate to us the power of our next generation. I also want to add my congratulations to all the honorees. It is such an honor to be among the number tonight. And as I thought about what it was I wanted to say tonight, there were two quick things that came to mind for me. First is the power that exists when we create opportunities for other people. If my work has been about anything, it has been rooted in that. How do we create opportunity for other people? I know what it has meant for me to have other people open doors and create opportunities. I'm not a believer in that
bootstrap kind of theory. I'm a believer in interconnection. I'm a believer in how we help each other, how we create opportunities. And I believe in speaking people's names in rooms where they are not. And so for all those, in that vein, I want to thank those who lifted up my name for this honor tonight, including my dear friend who introduced me, Mr. Eric Clemens, who stood here last night. So thank you, thank you, thank you. None of us certainly do this for the awards, but it is very special to stand here and have someone read 3 pages worth of comments about you. The second thing, though, that came to mind as I thought about this is the concept that I try to live my life by, and it is rooted in an African notion that is called Ubuntu. And Ubuntu roughly translates into the sense that I am because we are, and because we are, therefore I am. When you go back over 30 years and read the inscription of my dissertation, you see that concept written there. If you look closely, you will see it written on my wrist, tattooed on my wrist. And it is what I try to infuse in everything that I do, whether it's for the families that I serve, for my own family, for my friends, for my community. So in that spirit of interconnectedness, I thank those who have been with me every step of the way. First of all, my beloved partner in life, Kevin Walton Sr., who's here with me tonight. And our 2 young adult sons who I used to be able to just dress up and bring everywhere we wanted, but now they have minds of their own and they're not always with us. To my family away from home, at my work family at Elm City Communities, including Shanae Drawn, who you heard in the video and who is here with us tonight. It is such an honor to do this work every day with Shanae and with the team at Elm City Communities. To my many, many community partners. This is a room, there are so many friends in this room, but I want to lift up and thank my community partners and colleagues who work every day in different ways around educational equity, around mental health parity, around community investment. Special thanks to my friends who are here with the ACES Foundation, my colleagues and supporters of the Melville Charitable Trust, former board members who I served with at Clifford Beers in the room tonight, so many friends, sister friends, colleagues. I am because we are. When I looked at that junior achievement transformation slide, I thought about the metrics that were up there, and those are the same metrics that we work every day at Elm City Communities for the families we serve. And so to that, I just say thank you to Junior Achievement for all you're doing to open doors for others, to create connectedness. That is the way we will thrive. Thank you all.
You succeeded. Our next special guest joining us tonight is Jeff Flax. Jeff, where's Jeff? Okay, no, don't come up yet. I just want to let you know, only a half a page for you. Sorry. Of course, Jeff is the president and CEO of Hartford Healthcare and a 2022 Community Leadership Award recipient. We actually have something in common. WTIC, where I work, and Hartford Healthcare, where he works, we both sponsor Job Shadows. Unfortunately, the future prospects in the radio business is a little different than the healthcare business, but I'm sure the students had a great time at either one. But the bottom line is we try to give kids an awareness of all the options out there in the world to help them make decisions to help their future. So whether it's talk radio or radiology, it all comes through JA. So I'd like to welcome up Jeffrey Flax.
Good evening. First of all, what a great evening. How fabulous is it to bring everyone back together across the communities? Absolutely exceptional. I want to begin by just recognizing JA. You know, the work that JA does, I see it firsthand. At Hartford Healthcare, we're deeply committed to the partnership with JA. It makes a tremendous, tremendous difference. So I want to congratulate everyone who's being honored and recognized today, just exceptional people. But I have an amazing privilege to recognize somebody who is so worthy of this recognition, somebody who has made such an extraordinary contribution to our community, a person who is a true uplifter within our community, an opportunity creator, a role model, a mentor, an advocate, a fundraiser, a person who believes so deeply in their work that it's clear in every interaction. Sam Gray has been the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club here in Hartford for nearly 25 years. Sam is a leader who has stood the course of time. He has continued day in and day out to try to uplift people and create opportunity for all. And we are incredibly indebted to Sam, to your efforts. I also have the benefit, I see Sam's been a board member at Hartford Hospital for 5 years. Sam serves the community at so many different levels. But what Sam has done is he's built the South End Boys and Girls Club. He's rebuilt nearly the other 4 major Boys and Girls Clubs. He's created 5 Boys and Girls Clubs across our schools in Hartford and Bloomfield. But what I would point out beyond those accomplishments, it's what I've seen Sam do day in and day out, which is help individual families, individual mothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, intervening in children's lives, advocating for children, creating educational opportunities, bringing resources into the Boys and Girls Clubs, creating athletic opportunities, and creating more ways to help the youth within our communities to have clear and good pathways, loving and nurturing environments. And for nearly 25 years, Sam has done this day in and day out in Hartford, in our communities. So it's a tremendous honor. And Sam, you are so worthy of this recognition to invite forward Mr. Sam Gray.
What I would say about Sam is he strives every day to be better. He's a guy who takes feedback and acts on it. He believes by making himself stronger and the organization stronger, we all benefit. He is a product of the Boys and Girls Clubs movement, and for him, it is the most important mission that he could get himself to embrace and support. He is committed. He knows firsthand the impact that Boys and Girls Clubs have on youth, and youth in disadvantaged circumstances in particular. He understands what's important when it comes to the kids' experience at the clubs, and he strives to deliver that experience consistently across all venues. He's learned how to be a businessman. He runs the organization recognizing that we need to be financially sound, that he needs a strong board, that he needs to listen to the advice and counsel of folks that have deep subject matter expertise in areas that perhaps he does not. It's that passion for the mission of the organization that I think gives him the tenacity and the resilience to not only grow personally, but to lead the organization to be what it is today. I'm so proud that JA and Boys and Girls Clubs have partnered together over the years. They're both trying to provide kids with the exposure to the opportunities that are available, to provide them exposure to skills that they might not get otherwise. And I think it serves as a good role model for ways that not-for-profits can partner to increase their respective impacts. We turn over our chairs every 2 years. And so try to think about having a new boss with a different set of maybe priorities, different set of personality attributes, management styles, and so forth. And so to watch him over all these years be able to manage through those transitions, I think it's a real testament to his resilience and his flexibility and his ability to adapt to his environment and to do the things that are required for success.
And he's got the best glasses in the league. I mean, it's phenomenal. Sam Gray Jr. is synonymous with the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford. And in many ways, he always has been for as far back as anyone can remember, I'm sure including you yourself, Sam. To anyone who knows Sam or knows the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hartford, that is an admirable legacy that just keeps getting better. Sam Gray, as the saying goes, is as good as it gets. He pours himself into the work of the club, as you can see from the images and the candid pictures, with a devotion, a love, and a drive that is in every ounce of his being and is evident in all that he does. It truly is his life's work, as he says and demonstrates, quote, "It's all about the kids, everything we do." Sam is polished, professional, an individual who draws people in with a magnetism that is genuine and ever present. Those who work with him describe him as working with him as a privilege that warms your heart. This club has grown into a great place to be, and you are a leader of epic proportion, running a tight ship, I'm told. That's what I hear. He knows his kids by name, loves to mentor, leads a standout organization well known nationally and admired locally. He's been instrumental in the growth and vitality of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Hartford, benefiting not only the young people, but their families and the whole community. All you have to do is spend an afternoon with Sam, and you'll see all you need to know. Watching the connections and the joy unfold speaks volumes to what Sam Gray is all about. And perhaps the best way to describe the feeling you come away with is gratitude. And even my time talking to Sam tonight, I can see it. Our community is grateful for you, Sam, for the confidence that you instill in young people, for the lives and futures that you make better. There really can be no prouder accomplishment. And just think of how many times, how many lives, thousands and thousands are better for having crossed your path. Junior Achievement of Southwest New England is proud to present the 2024 Community Leadership Award to Sam Gray. Thank you very much, Sam.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to follow Karen's footsteps for a moment. Bear with me. That felt good. It is beautiful when you can recognize your assignment in life. And working at the Boys and Girls Club has been that for me. I'm getting a little emotional, and I'm going to work through it, because when Jeremy called me, I thought he was playing a prank on me in regards to being honored as a Hall of Famer with JA. I believe in partnerships. I believe in JA. I believe that every kid that walks through the doors of a Boys and Girls Club, that we partner with this fantastic organization. He is a tremendous leader. He's a tremendous friend. And so I thank you and JA for this distinguished honor. I'm very humbled for this recognition. It is truly gratifying to be acknowledged for my efforts in serving and strengthening the community. I love Hartford. This award represents more than just a personal achievement. It symbolizes the collective impact of dedicated individuals who are committed to making a difference. I am grateful for the opportunity to contribute to meaningful causes and initiatives that positively impact the lives of others. I believe that leadership is not defined by titles or accolades, but by the actions we take to uplift and empower those around us. Receiving this award reinforces my commitment to continue serving as a catalyst for positive change and inspiring others to join me in creating a better future for our community. I extend a heartfelt gratitude again to Junior Achievement for this honor, and I am energized and inspired to continue making meaningful contributions to the community we serve. Together, we can make lasting and positive impact on the lives of individuals and families, and I am proud to be a part of such a dedicated and compassionate community. Thank you for this incredible recognition.
Wow. Sam, from Boys and Girls Club member at age 8 to club president and CEO, it is a life that exemplifies the positive impact that happens in our community. Coming up next, I want to introduce Alice Forrester on stage. Last year, Alice, of course, inspired all of us as the 2023 Spirit of Hope honoree. I'm still so impressed by Clifford Beers Community Health Partners, what they do here in Connecticut. It's just incredible. So we want to welcome back to the JA Business Hall of Fame, Alice Forrester.
I
remember being up here with this big thing here going 31 seconds. Thank you, Brian, very much, and I'm glad you got to eat some dinner. Have some of the desserts, very good. It was really an amazing honor, as Sam just described, when Jeremy met with me and told me that I would be the recipient of the Spirit of the Hope Award last year. You know, I'm in amazing company. I just want to say, since, you know, UConn has 2 teams, go New Haven, whoa, whoa. Karen Du Bois Walton was the president of our board when I first came, and the CEO, and Tom Sansone, who's going to be a winner tonight, was the president and now treasurer of our board. We don't let people go, so just so you know. But we're also very good at picking folks who are really heroes and leaders in our community. So tonight, I'm here to introduce a next award category, and this year is a very deserving recipient, also located in New Haven, just saying. The Entrepreneurial Award seeks to recognize an individual who has established a new venture to better Connecticut's business landscape and the lives of those that live here. And Vera Dermix is just that. And I just want to say, a woman of a certain age, I was reading all about your company, and I'm coming to James Street tomorrow. Sounds like you have the answer to all my problems. Vera Dermix is just that, a novel venture solving health-related issues that were long overdue for a solution. He is tenacious and represents the delicate balance of brilliance and business savvy. As a young doctor with big dreams, I'm excited to recognize Dr. Reed Waldman of Vera Dermix as this year's JA Entrepreneurial Award recipient. Congratulations, Reed.
Reed has an interest in delivering to the public new therapies that are not available for common skin diseases or even uncommon skin diseases that patients suffer with. Everybody has warts, plantar warts, but we have really no good therapy that is FDA approved. We've been doing the same thing for decades, and most of them are very, very painful. He has come up for a novel way to deliver a therapy that works, that's painless. He's come up with treatments for a condition that can be seen in adults and children where there's hair loss, where the treatment is injections into the scalp, which is very painful. He has developed and thought of a way to deliver a treatment painlessly that will help the hair regrow. He has come up with ideas for problems that have plagued dermatologists for hundreds of years, and he's come up with ways to do it in a painless, efficacious way, which shows tremendous innovative thought processes. You don't learn business in medical school or even during residency. When we first started to meet and talk about DermaSensor, it was obvious that it was a new language that wasn't dermatology. He became facile in this business talk. He's just got this incredible mind that he absorbs things. He researches it out, absorbs it, understands it, and then can teach it to somebody else. He really has a novel brain. It's unusual for physicians to have this kind of expertise. It's not just the expertise on how to run a practice. We're talking about the expertise on how to run a business, how to get approval, how to deal with lawyers, how to raise money. It's quite complex. Plus, he has very outstanding interpersonal skills. He has the whole package: medical brilliance, the business savvy, innovative ability, and interpersonal skills to pull this off, which is quite unusual. He's not just a doctor who's now a businessman. He's much more than that. It's pretty remarkable to find all this in one person.
Those of a certain age will understand this. I mean, he's Doogie Howser with a beard. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, I felt like an underachiever walking in the room already, but sitting next to Dr. Waldman is a different animal entirely. Obviously, there are a lot of people out there that know entrepreneurship is not easy. You know, Bill and I covered business for a long time. I don't have an entrepreneurial bone in my body, but I've watched a lot of it and I've seen a lot of it, and I know how difficult it is. And the path chosen by Dr. Reed Waldman, and those who know him best, are not at all surprised by how far he has advanced, the significant progress that has been achieved, and the impact he's already having at his young age. It's incredible. Dr. Waldman is universally described as nothing short of remarkable, smart, talented, ambitious, energetic, instantly come to mind. He demonstrates excellent interpersonal skills, which you'll soon be on display. And just talking to him, if you've had the chance to do so, I encourage you to talk to him because you'll see it. Tremendous leadership. He's respectful, innovative, and assertive, and most of all, motivated by a genuine desire to make a difference in people's lives. He couples that with technical knowledge and clinical expertise reflected in contributions to medical journals and his field of medicine to turn theoretical into reality. For Reed, no hurdle is too high. Just because something hasn't been done doesn't mean that it can't be or won't. And then he sets out to get it done. He's diligent, creative, resourceful, and determined. Those who describe him as brilliant get no argument. The proof is plainly visible in the company that he's built, the relentless attention to detail, and the unparalleled ability to seek solutions to long-standing healthcare challenges that now for the first time appear poised to see unprecedented results. Those who've worked with him have recognized tremendous ability and productivity despite a grueling schedule, even as a medical student, and have since witnessed him constructing this incredible company from scratch, developing new and promising therapies, breaking new ground all along the way. He succeeded on the business side, equally essential in building that strong company beyond the medical. A past colleague summed him up this way, quote, "I am 100% confident that whatever he does, he will do well, and I have zero doubt he will be successful." Junior Achievement of Southwest New England is thrilled to present the 2024 Entrepreneur Award to Dr. Reed Waldman.
Well, guys, thank you so much for having me tonight and for this tremendous award. And for those of you here who maybe aren't as familiar with JA, who want to know, what is the impact of a mentor? When I think about my own day-to-day, I frantically called two of my premier mentors to have them help me solve extremely difficult problems for which I have no personal experience, but that are pressing issues for the business. And so, I guess the one message I have, and then I'll get off stage so that we can keep honoring the wonderful people here tonight, is that for those of you who are here, like my colleagues from Veradermics, because you were told to for work, I really hope that you, like myself, are excited to come back next year and the year after that because you're inspired by the really tremendous things that Jeremy and his team are doing. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Dr. Waldman. We appreciate it, and it's just an amazing the career you've already built. We have a special student. We go from someone who's built something to someone we know will build something. Our guest speaker is a student who has some experience with entrepreneurship herself, thanks to JA. Joining us tonight is JA student Haley Washington from Wethersfield High School.
One moment, please. There are a lot of you in this crowd tonight, so apologies in advance if we make some very awkward eye contact. Good evening, everyone. My name is Haley Washington. I'm a senior at Wethersfield High School, and I'm proudly representing Junior Achievement tonight. I am in awe of the number of accomplished people in this crowd right now. There really are a lot of you, and it makes me hopeful for the future of all, knowing all the remarkable work being done in Connecticut. I am humbled and honored to speak with you this evening about some of my experiences in JA. I have had the pleasure of participating in junior achievement programs throughout my childhood. When JA says they serve students in grades K through 12, they really mean it. There is one specific memory my friends and I bring up every once in a while. When I was in 3rd grade, Junior Achievement came to my school to teach us about entrepreneurial skills and how to open a business. We got to spend a day creating our own restaurant with several other classmates and even got to build a 3D model of what our business would look like. We always laugh about how easy it was to run a business when we were 8. Then again, we named our business Restaurant. Fast forward to this past summer, I had the great opportunity of taking part in the Junior Achievement Be Entrepreneurial Challenge with Smith Brothers Company in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford. By the way, congrats on your award tonight, Sam. Mr. Gray. Through this program, we heard of people of all positions at the company that provided us with key steps to create a business. After several sessions of mentoring and learning about things like financing, establishing, and keeping a business stable, we were given the task of creating our own business. As someone who is an entrepreneur for a parent, hi Mom, I learned just how much work, math, energy, and devotion go into building a business from the ground up. My partner and I spent the rest of the program planning our business, which was a mobile barbershop, and then got to present our idea in front of a panel of judges as well as other teens in the program, which included Mr. Gray. This was truly an unforgettable experience because I got to totally immerse myself in a project that was of interest to me. There aren't many times kids have the opportunity to participate in workforce readiness programs that give them the chance to actually create something they enjoy doing. This leads me to my next point. Junior Achievement gives you the freedom to learn about topics that engage you while also connecting you to powerful networks that will serve you well. I cannot tell you how many times I have met someone through these programs that have either graduated from my top school, Trinity College, go Bantams, work in the same field I want to go into, know someone who can get me an internship, or just have become a mentor to me. You never know who you will meet and when, which is why from these JA programs, I have learned to always present my best self. But I'm not done. This spring, I participated in another JA program called Career Connections for Young Women. In over a 10-week period, I was able to listen to countless powerful speakers, all of whom were women in fields like management, healthcare, business, law, and STEM. They left us with sound advice, information about jobs, and different perspectives on what it is like to work in their field. They also provided us with the steps on how to work our way up to top positions, including many classes on how to build a resume, networking, money management, investing, and how to maintain good credit. After being educated on all these topics, we were able to create a project relating to the career path we want to take, mine being medical science. I'd love to connect with you after the event, Dr. Waldman, and get and get any advice you might have given all your amazing accomplishments in the medical field. Junior Achievement programs and inspiring mentors I've met have helped me build confidence in my career choice and the ability to land my dream job. I also now know how to productively manage my finances and the importance of saving for retirement. Before I turn the mic back over to Brian to get on with the next part of the ceremony, I would like to thank each and every person who has guided me through the Junior Achievement programs, as well as on-site teachers, judges, directors, speakers, volunteers, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hartford, and my parents. The experiences I can now call memories have shaped me into the young woman I am today, and I will forever be grateful to be as prepared as I am now to enter the next phases of my life. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for supporting JA.
As someone who has 3 teenagers at home and is somewhat cynical on the youth of America sometimes, I think I feel a little bit better right now. Thank you, Haley. for restoring my confidence in the youth of America. It's true. I'm not even joking. At this time, I want to welcome two more special guests and inductees in the 2023 Hall of Fame class, Rona Free and Joe Gianni. These two incredible leaders demonstrate a true commitment to Connecticut's young people.
Well, good evening, everyone. Laureates are inducted into the JA Business Hall of Fame for their distinguished contributions to the prosperity of the region through their leadership in business and the community.
Doesn't everyone bring their own mic to this event? As past honorees, Rona and I are here to tell the three new honorees what your next year will be like post-induction, as you carry out your responsibilities as a JA Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so first there's the parade at the state capitol.
Which is actually less of a parade and more of a protest rally that we just got caught up in.
But then there's the trip to Disney.
We're going to Disney, which was actually the Disney store at West Farms Mall, which is now closed.
But there is the lovely reception at the Rose Garden.
Of course. Elizabeth Park Rose Garden, not the White House. But your year is going to be a whirlwind of activity.
But Joe, seriously, I am in awe of this year's honorees. They demonstrate the very characteristics JA aims to instill in their students like Haley Washington, who right before us displayed her confidence, creativity, drive, and determination.
Absolutely, Rona. This year's laureates are incredibly deserving of the honor. We have three unique individuals, each shaping their community and the region in their own ways, from a corporate leader, a business journalist, to a corporate and business attorney. And speaking of lawyers, I'm pleased to introduce the video of our first laureate of the evening, Tom Sansone.
When Tom was in high school, he actually participated in a junior achievement program. I think that impressed what building a business entails, the hard work that's involved. Throughout all the time I have known Tom, he's always been a mentor, mentoring young attorneys within Carmody about how you go about practicing law and how you conduct yourselves in front of judges and juries and opposing counsel. It's helpful to have a mentor like Tom who's professionally engaged, who knows how the world works and can pass along that knowledge in a very constructive way. The sheer scope and breadth of Tom's community involvement includes things like United Way of Greater New Haven's board of directors for, I believe, over 13 years, including several years as chair of that organization. He's currently chair of the United Way's Alex de Tocqueville Society. He's the current treasurer and former chairman of the Clifford Beers Community Care Center. Tom and his wife, Ruth, formed a nonprofit called WIX USA with the purpose of helping to fund the construction and operation of a residential school in Kenya for school-aged children who are orphans as a result of the AIDS crisis. Just the sheer breadth of what Tom does, how Tom carries himself both as a lawyer and as a person. Litigation, which is what Tom does, can at times be a nasty business. That is not Tom. Tom conducts himself with fairness and courtesy to everyone. Tom acts like a professional. He does not bring nastiness into anything he does. He's fair and cordial, but still a zealous advocate. And that's sometimes a difficult balance to pull off, and he does it tremendously well. Despite Tom's career as an excellent commercial litigator, despite all these community involvements that he participates in, he doesn't do them about Tom. It's about others. They're not put on his lapel and bragged about. That's who he is, a person of service. It's an outwardly directed life because, again, it's not about Tom. It's about the work.
Congratulations, Tom, on this very deserved honor. Your mentorship and investment in young professionals is commendable, and your dedication to causes in the state, the nation, and abroad speaks volumes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Tom leads by example with law firm colleagues in the local community and on the other side of the world, as you just saw. He has a strong sense of right and wrong and tremendous fervor for community involvement. He also has a great mind for statistics, particularly baseball, but we'll skip the Moneyball stuff for the bar, not for now. He's fact-conscious, detail-oriented, well-liked and respected by colleagues and clients, and has a profound sense of duty along with a sense of joy about him all the time. Tom has been described as, quote, one of the greatest mentors because, as one beneficiary of his encouragement explained, quote, everything he does is above and beyond, end quote. He genuinely cares and isn't just checking boxes when it comes to community involvement or offering his professional guidance and expertise. A colleague describes him not only as reliable, but completely inspirational. He praises people easily, enjoys others' success at least as much as his own, and doesn't do anything halfway. He maintains confidences and doesn't shortchange anyone. He's known to unfailingly remember birthdays, in addition to the intricate details of his cases. Colleagues, often inspired by his example, are involved in numerous community organizations at his urging, and he's seen as a pillar of strength and someone who doesn't just put a toe in the water of community service, but dives in. I'd be remiss if I didn't add that if you're ever trying to locate Tom and he happens to not be in the office or out in the community, he's in Cooperstown, which is acceptable, or Yankee Stadium, which is not acceptable, at least to me. Junior Achievement of Southwest New England is pleased to induct Tom Sansone into the Business Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, Brian. And by the way, has anyone noticed that the New York Yankees are off to a 5-0 start this year? I did. I want to thank Junior Achievement for this great award. I also want to recognize the other honorees, especially my dear friend Karen DuBois-Walton, who I've known for years, and it is a thrill to be able to share the stage with her tonight. So congratulations to everyone. And, you know, as my partner Brian Hennebree mentioned on the video, this is, in a way, full circle for me. I was in JA as a sophomore in high school in Danbury, Connecticut, back in 1975, and I'd like to think that some of the important habits and attributes that go into being a good business leader started back then, and I truly believe that JA gave me an excellent foundation for my future and for where I am today. So thank you, Junior Achievement, for providing that opportunity to me nearly half a century ago. I want to recognize my colleagues, my partners, and other co-workers at Carmody, Torrance, Sandak, and Hennessy, and give a special shout out to my partner, Greg Burton, who is a member of the New Haven Advisory Board of JA and has worked tirelessly on events like this. So thank you, Greg, for being a great partner and a great member of the community. At Carmody, we not only encourage civic engagement, we celebrate it. And it is those types of values that have resonated with me and made me stay there for the entirety of my 39-year legal career. So that says something about the type of culture we have and the importance that we recognize and the values we share. Speaking of values, I also want to recognize the most important person in my life, my wife of 32 years, Ruth Beardsley. And Ruth has not tolerated my involvement in the multiple activities in which I am involved. She encourages me. She is supporting me, and she is no slouch when it comes to getting involved in the community either, particularly in the field of childhood literacy. She has been a great partner, and I was so fortunate to find someone who shares those values. And as I've often said, marrying her was the smartest thing I ever did. That'll earn me some points, huh? Okay. So once again, I want to congratulate all the honorees and thank Junior Achievement for this wonderful recognition. Enjoy your evening.
Well, if he's a baseball statistical fanatic, he should know, and again, as a Red Sox fan, I don't have much to hang my hat on these days, that the last time the Yankees went 5-0 was 1992, and the record at the end of that season was 76-86. I looked it up for verification while he was speaking. I did not know that Tom was a JA alum. I'm just curious. Raise your hand if you participated in JA as a kid. Put them up high. And also put your hands up if you've been a volunteer as an adult in a JA program. Nice. Yeah. Maybe let's double those hands for next year. I've been waiting. I've been waiting a long time for this, Bill. Our next laureate is Bill Griffith, and I could talk a lot personally, but I'm gonna tell a little bit on and off the script. Bill was the MC for JA Hartford Business Hall of Fame for many, many years, and obviously left some pretty big shoes to fill. And Bill is doing what he always did when I worked at CNBC. He just quietly sits there in judgment. And I never really know what he thinks. And even though I might ask, he will not tell me what he thinks. But I'll get a little bit more into my personal connection to Bill, which is a strong one in my opinion. I'm not sure about Bill, but it is for me. And he's been a staple here over the years. You know, JA created a special photo montage that will silently play on the screens while I'm saying a bunch of nice things about you, Bill. But that's to come. But first, let's take a look at Bill's tribute video.
What I admire most about Bill is his willingness to always try something new, never get stuck in the past, always looking for a different way to tell a great story. In business news, it can be dry, it can be numbers only, but Bill always found a way to connect to the audience that I found remarkable.
The biggest challenge we face at CNBC is simply to make this very complicated information as understandable to the individual investor as we can.
The work that you do at JA is very important work. It helps make them entrepreneurs, teach them a lot of life lessons, business lessons. It doesn't surprise me at all that Bill wanted to be a part of that. He didn't shout it out, trumpet it. I've known him over 25 years now. I had no idea he was doing this. It was obviously very important to him. This was something he chose on his own time to do, and that doesn't surprise me at all. He is one of the more genuine people I've ever met. What you see on television is what you get in person, that connection.
Informative and interactive, with a side of fun.
Bill has always had the capacity to connect to younger people, to mentor them, to help them discover what their passion is and how to get where they want to be. I watched it with the young staff that we had, the way he worked with them and his patience with them. I think that interest in helping people grow is probably what attracted him to JA and how he wanted to share that with other people, whether he did it in a personal way or in his professional life. What I love best about it is those people are still his friends. That mentorship was very, very important to him. And I also consider him a mentor for me, myself. I knew nothing about business news when I walked in the door. He helped me grow in that role, and I'm still a business journalist now 25 years later. I was Bill's age, but he still mentored me. From the moment I met Bill, I knew he was a decent human being, someone of honor and trust, integrity, even more important to me, sense of humor.
First of all, I know you're going to tell me I'm standing on the wrong side of the ball.
You kind of ruined my main point there.
Third time's a charm for Joe Montana.
First of all, you're on the wrong side of the ball.
Well, I've heard that.
You know, if you follow the business world for a while, you know that Bill Griffith is basically, in the world of financial news, a household name. And he achieved that through hard work, skill, dedication to facts, and a commitment to people. You know, for me, I went to CNBC in 2007 and knew very little. And even though I joke, I was like the little dog You know, the old cartoon with the little dog and the big dog, and the little dog is like, Spike, Spike, you know, like, what, do this, what do I do here, what do I do here? And Bill could have swatted me away like, you know, some did, but he didn't. He and his partner, Sue Herrera, and just like the mentoring they do at JA, they guided me, helped me know where to go, picked me up when I failed, and it's just so great to be here with you tonight, Bill. But, you know, as with most things, the professional really just scratches the surface. And what beyond is deeper than the things that I'm talking about. They resonate further. They can be seen best through the lens of genuine friendships, enduring commitments, and unwavering curiosity built of character, a fundamentally humble nature, and a reputation that is well-earned and well-deserved. So who is Bill Griffith beyond the award-winning business anchor? It said business reporter, but I changed it. Yes. He earned our trust and helped define business news in the national media. If you get him to talk about stock market crashes or before technology was such a friend, he could tell you stories about so many things in the financial world. He's a man devoted, though, to his family and his church, not only in words, but in deeds. A man of excellent wit and generous spirit, a person who doesn't brag and is not brash, just the opposite. If he sees someone in need, he helps out. He keeps up with old friends. He accomplishes things in the nicest way possible and delivers news, good or bad, with sensitivity and with delicacy. He's described as precisely the friend you want in your life, someone who convinces you no matter what you're going through that you'll get to the other side. Someone calm and steady, logical, kind, encouraging. In more recent years, if you don't know what Bill's been doing, he's been sharing a journey or a discovery of a biological family that he previously did not know. His books have been written not only to tell his story, but to encourage others to explore their own, which is precisely what has occurred to widespread appreciation and acclaim, written from the heart with an understanding of the impact of the written word. He once again became a trusted friend delivering news we needed to hear. Bill Griffith, who we know well from his many years at this particular microphone and others of wider scope, is described most often with these words, just simply, quote, an amazing person. Bill, the charisma, humor, and connection you're able to have with audience is palpable and truly something I admire both professionally and personally. I remember in 2005 when Mark Hoffman, who was friends with Lou Golden, Mark dragged me to the JA Gala, and I was like, okay. And I saw Bill Griffith do what he does, and I simply said, I don't think I can do that. But he is so good in such a subtle way. With that said, Junior Achievement of Southwest New England is proud to induct Bill Griffith into the 2024 Business Hall of Fame.
Jeremy and I had lunch recently, and I said, you know, you're really coloring outside the lines with this. Putting me in the Hall of Fame is like giving Jimmy Kimmel an Oscar. I mean, but I'm not going to turn it down. When my wife Cindy and I were in college back in Los Angeles, our university introduced an experimental class, 12 units, team taught by 4 different professors from English, history, sociology, and religious studies. They only did it that one semester. They accepted 100 students. That was the only class you could take. And it was called Search for Community. And I learned so much. It was so eye-opening, mind-broadening. And a lesson that came out of it was, think about one individual and the number of communities that they will be a part of in their life, whether it's geographic, sociological, religious, political, whatever it is. My dear friend Jenny Horan is here tonight at our table. She and I are part of a unique community that Brian alluded to. We are members of a group that took a DNA test and found out that our fathers were not our fathers. The group numbers in the tens of thousands, and it grows every single day. That's a community. And when I began emceeing the Hall of Fame event years ago, I was immediately struck by what a great community you have here in this area, not just geographically, but ideologically. Think about it. The business leaders, the community leaders, the educators, and others who come together for a single purpose. They offer without compensation their time, their talent, their treasures to help Junior Achievement help those young people to get a leg up in life. And does it work? I submit Haley Washington as an example of it working. Every single year when I would come up here to MC, I left here energized and inspired by the stories I heard and by the people I met. And it's the reason I kept coming back every year. That and the fact that I was invited. I share this with my bride, with Cindy. She is far better at volunteering and giving back to our local community than I could ever be. The amount of volunteer work that she has done over the years is truly admirable. So you can go into the hall with me as well, dear. I dedicate this to our children who are all here tonight, to son Chad, daughter-in-law Andrea, daughter Carly, and to her significant other, Alex Burns, who, by the way, flew up from Washington today just to be here at tonight's dinner. Brownie points. My hope is that an evening like tonight will inspire the four of you to get involved with organizations like Junior Achievement, to use your many talents to give back to your local community. I hope that that can be in your future as a result of an evening like this. And I have to thank my dear friends, our best friends, Tim and Janet Shine, who are here tonight as well. Tim, like me, is retired, so he's got the time like I do. But Janet is in the home stretch of the tax season, and she is overwhelmed with what, every year at this time, especially right now as we're getting closer to April 15th. But she took the time to be here with Tim and the rest of us tonight, and I am grateful for that. But I will say, I noticed that she did 3 returns during salad tonight, so many memories, so many friendships. Mary Jane, I am so glad that you are here tonight. I was so hoping that you would be here. As was mentioned earlier, before she retired, she oversaw the production of this evening for many years. She was my handler, and every year she made sure that I pronounced obelisk correctly. It's wonderful to see you, my dear. Margaret Lawson, I love you, Margaret Lawson, the creator of the Hall of Fame dinner. Many years ago, we had a different format. We would do the event and then go to dinner afterwards to a different floor. But I couldn't stay that late. I had to get back down to New Jersey to get ready for work the next day. So Margaret had the kitchen staff every year prepare a special dinner box for me to take home, eat in the car while I was going home. And it always tasted so good. And Howard Carver, thank you for coming in from Colorado. I hope to see you in June at the golf outing again as well. And my dear friend Jeremy Race, when he took over as CEO of the company, he promised to take this division of Junior Achievement to a whole new level. And boy, has he. We had, as I mentioned, lunch recently. We had lunch recently, and he was telling me about the plans that you heard about tonight for the facility and for the college credits that are going to be possible in the future for students who are part of the Junior Achievement Program. I mean, this is such a special group, and it just continues to grow, and it's so exciting. It goes without saying that I am humbled and I am deeply honored to receive this accolade tonight, because what it means is that I am now officially a member of this special community. Thank you so much. Could I ask a favor?
What?
You
want to try it again?
I did this for many years. And
Really? Really?
It's kind of nice being back up here again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's one more introduction,
Yeah,
right?
you get the CEO.
Could I do
Yeah,
that?
okay.
I'd like to bring up Mr. Tool Time when that comes. Janet, could you hand me my glasses? I forgot to bring them. I'm sorry. Tim, fine. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you so much. All right, just a minute here. You know, Mary Jane, this is a very nice script they have this year. How do they do this? Just a minute. I used to be so much better at this. Okay, I got it. The next inductee into the Hall of Fame is the president and CEO of Stanley Black & Decker, Don Allen, Jr. Now, I'll be kind. It's okay. Don't worry. Think about this. This man runs a Fortune 500 company. That alone is a 24/7 job. Not only that, but like many companies in so many industries, they had to deal with the impact of the pandemic and then the aftermath of the pandemic. So Don and his team have been in the midst of a major turnaround project at Stanley Black & Decker. And I've been reading the analyst reports. I still read analyst reports. And they're very high on what Don and his team are accomplishing into the future. Now, having said that, no one would blame Don if he had said, you know, I have a lot on my plate. I am so busy. I need to step back from junior achievement for a while. But he's never done that. In fact, he even gets more involved with this organization. He epitomizes the kind of person I'm talking about, who is involved in this special community, who is willing to volunteer. You know what they say, if you're looking for to get an important job done, find a busy person to do it. And that's Don Allen. He has been an incredible rainmaker for this organization for the last several years. I've seen it just in the last few years. Look around you. Look at the size of this group. Look at the sponsorships that exist here. That's Jeremy and his team, but Don Allen, it's got his fingerprints all over it as well. And that's why we are honoring him tonight. Watch this.
Don immediately just struck me as, first of all, an incredibly intelligent, hardworking, and valuable member of the senior management team, but more importantly, somebody who understood what it was to give back. There was no one on the senior management team that had a passion for helping, particularly helping kids. Don was involved in many, many community activities, including but not limited to junior achievement, where from day one, he recognized the value of financial literacy for children particularly children from less privileged backgrounds. Don worked tirelessly. He gave both his time and his treasure to the cause. No one has done more that I can think of, and no one deserves this recognition more than Don Allen. Giving back is in Don Allen's DNA. He's a busy guy, yet Don has always found the time to give back in time, in thought, in care, and obviously philanthropy as well. It was just never anything that Don had to be asked to do. He was first to offer to help, always found a way to work it between his busy schedule, taking care of the things that meant the most to him and meant the most to the local community. Everyone on the senior management team over time embraced the idea, embraced the thought, and I think understood the benefit of giving back to the community. That being said, Don was the first person to say, I'll take that on. Don was the first person to support a new initiative. He's a busy, busy guy, but he always found the time, most of it on his own, to give back. It's just what Don does. It's why he's just such a thoughtful, incredibly great person. There wasn't an important cause that he wasn't ready, willing, and able, the first to volunteer to support, and he's given so much time, effort, and thought to so many causes, not the least of which is Junior Achievement, over the 20 years that I've known Don.
Don is a leader in every sense of the word. He is pragmatic, approachable, level-headed, and forward-thinking. He has very big goals and he finds ways to achieve them. Never gets rattled. Let me repeat that. Never gets rattled. Never shies away from a challenge. Throughout his career, Don has engaged productively with his colleagues. He's open to new opinions. He has a knack for rallying his troops. Those who have crossed career paths with him repeatedly have done so intentionally, and those encountering him for the first time instantly experience the benefits of his leadership and perspective and learn quickly that he is enjoyable to work with, whatever the task at hand. Perhaps the best analogy to describe Don was shared by a former colleague who compared him to a duck paddling rapidly across a pond. To compare him to a duck paddling rapidly across a pond. So hold on to that image for a moment. Feet paddling madly beneath the surface to get where he needs to go. But on the surface, all is calm, cool, and collected. Aren't you glad about that? He's busy processing all the critical information, making decisions about the course ahead, and smoothly navigating all obstacles, earning respect, exuding confidence, and achieving results as he leads the way. Don is very close with his wonderful family and involved in the broader community, serving effectively on multiple boards and demonstrating an earnest regard for volunteerism. That is so amazing and so admirable. Junior Achievement has experienced that firsthand, but is certainly far from alone in benefiting from his dedication. He is described as a good guy, someone with extraordinary business acumen with whom you can have a meaningful conversation. And when he gets involved with a nonprofit, he simultaneously makes every effort to get other people involved, expanding the circle, often exponentially. Again, look around you. That didn't happen by accident. He stretches people professionally, and they're okay with that because they know it is a real collaboration. Whether he's talking with investors or just about anybody else, his ability to assimilate information and communicate it effectively enhances progress and strengthens relationship. Before we bring you up, my friend, one more video from your friends at JA and Stanley Black & Decker. Watch.
Don Allen, congrats, man. Don's been very active and inspiring young people to succeed in global economy. That's what the Hall of Fame does.
This significant recognition really acknowledges the huge impact that you've had on our company and the industry in general. And for this well-deserved recognition to come from one of our valued partners in junior achievement makes the recognition that much more special.
His extreme passion for giving back is contagious, and he has inspired me in my volunteer efforts over the years with Junior Achievements as well as other organizations. I know Junior Achievements is near and dear to Don's heart, and so want to congratulate you, Don, my friend, on this prestigious honor.
It was inspiring to me to follow in some of those footsteps and help really spend my time in the community as well. I think it's just amazing the amount of time you spend and effort that you put into this. So it's a well-deserved honor, and congratulations on this today.
Well done for you and everything you mean for our community and Stanley Black & Decker, which is a great corporate citizen for the state of Connecticut. In Junior Achievement, you do amazing things, inspiring people as entrepreneurs and job training, and all the reasons that we hope to keep this economy growing and prospering. Congratulations, Don.
Congratulations, Don.
It is an understatement when I say that Junior Achievement of Southwest New England is privileged to induct Don Allen Jr. into the 2024 Business Hall of Fame. Come on up.
Okay. Holy cow. I was going to use another word, but I'm glad I didn't. There are students here. So I am rarely at a loss for words, as some of you know. But I am truly honored to be here tonight and to be recognized this way. This community is incredibly special. But we do it together, and I appreciate that you're honoring me and the things that I've done, and it's wonderful that we do that. But what's been great about this community, Hartford, New Haven, Connecticut, is that we all find ways to do the right things to help each other out. And so I was thinking about why is it that I am so compelled to be in the community doing things and helping. And it's a somewhat funny story. Didn't feel funny at the time, but when I was in high school, I played a lot of sports. One of my favorite sports was basketball. I had a coach that was probably one of the most intense coaches, even more intense than Danny Hurley, maybe. And he just drove us really, really hard. And he had this thing about balance. And he made us do all these exercises to improve our balance. Stand on one leg. You had to stand on a wooden platform with a ball underneath to really balance and hold weights in your hand. And we're all like, what the heck are we doing? And he'd always say, balance. When you achieve high levels of balance, excellence of balance, you can achieve high levels of performance. So, okay, that's interesting. And then he'd make us do sprints on the basketball court. And he'd be like preaching to us balance. And he'd talk about life balance. You need to have balance in life too. Your family, your career, your community. And I was 17, 18, had no real clue what he was talking about. And we all kind of chuckled about it after practice. But as I became an adult, went off to college at the amazing University of Hartford, go Hawks. began to learn and understand what he was trying to say. Because he also would say, are you going to leave an impact? Impact, okay, impact. So those three things, impact. And he'd say, balance in life, leave an impact. And as I graduated college, I went to work at Ernst & Winnie at the time. My Ernst & Winnie colleagues back there, hello, good to see you. We're now Ernst & Young. I began to think through, what did that mean? And so for the first 10 years of my career, I'm not sure I really had good balance. I had great passion for work and great passion for my family. But community was something I didn't find a lot of time for. But then I stumbled across Junior Achievement. And they had something back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was like a set of Olympic activities where companies would compete against each other. I forgot what they called it, Jeremy, but it was some, JA Olympics or something like that. So they did that for a handful of years, and after several broken arms and legs, they decided that probably wasn't a good idea to do anymore. But it began to stimulate something inside of me about community and something about Junior Achievement. And so a good friend of mine from the basketball team, Keith O, he and I got together, 20 years ago, hadn't seen each other in a while, and we were talking about Coach. We were having fun talking about it, and then we were sipping on a little bit of libation at the time, and we began talking about balance. And we got into this conversation that true life balance is three things. How do you have a significant positive impact on your family and friends? 2, how do you have a significant positive impact in your field of expertise or passion? Whether you are an accountant, an artist, a lawyer, well, maybe not a lawyer. That was bad because I know there's a lot of lawyers in this room. Or anything else, whatever you are. And then 3, how do you have a significant positive impact on your community? And if you can achieve all 3 of those, then just maybe you have found true balance in your life. So when it comes to our community, how do we determine where we want to have our significant impact? And I think everybody has a different passion, and you should really pursue that passion. For me, it's really been about assisting the children and the young adults of our community in various ways. But how do we make them successful adults and successful leaders in our community of the future? So I began to get involved in JA, Scouting, United Way, the University of Hartford, and several more organizations that are wonderful in this Hartford community that allow us to make that significant positive impact as volunteers, whether that's time or financial or both. And in today's world, it's not easy for students or young children or young adults. The technology, the volatility of the world is really challenging in so many ways. But tonight's host organization is an amazing example of how we can support our children and empower our young adults on their transformational journey. My team probably hates that I use the transformation word because I use that way too much at Stanley. But these children are on a journey, and they're transforming themselves to be successful adults. And so I've been involved in Junior Achievement since the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know exactly when it was. And I've been on their board since 2011. I have had a front row seat to how JA inspires young people to truly unlock their full potential. JA is a force multiplier and a hands-on training skill developer in entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and work readiness. They are not only enriching our young people's lives, but they're also impacting the lives of many of our employees of our companies, for all of you in this room. And Stanley Black & Decker is a great example of that. Stanley has a relationship with JA that goes back to sometime in the 1940s, when Stanley began providing support for the JA Company program in the New Britain schools. And our partnership has flourished since then. Over the past 5 years, Stanley Black & Decker employees spent 20,000 hours with nearly 5,000 Connecticut young people in JA programs. That is amazing. Not only have these folks from Stanley Black & Decker given their time, they've also given significant financial contributions to these JA programs over that same time horizon. It's a great example of one company in this community. When I look at all the other companies represented in this room and so many other ones that are not here tonight, they're all doing the same thing for JA. Which is why Jeremy's aspirational goals, as we called them, how many years ago, Jeremy, was that? 3 years, 4 years ago? They're no longer aspirational. They're coming to life. That's amazing. This thing's red all over the place. I'm way over my time. Sorry about that. One other story about Stanley Black & Decker. You heard tonight from a few folks about the Entrepreneurial Academy. And Stanley Black & Decker supports that, has been for several years. And we actually have 2 folks that went through that program when they were in high school. And then they went off to college, and now they're Stanley Black & Decker employees. Another great example of how JA helps us build successful adults and successful leaders. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank, and I have an amazing support system. I have an amazing set of colleagues that I work with at Stanley Black & Decker that are at this table right here and several tables around them. They're miserable right now because they're wearing ties. And they're like, Don, will you just shut up so I can take my tie off? My amazing wife, Marilyn, who could not be here tonight. She's suffering in Naples, Florida. But she said, I'll watch the video afterwards. I'm sure it'll be great. Love you, sweetie. I have a wonderful daughter and a son-in-law, Jen and Ed. They live outside of D.C. 2 amazing granddaughters, Allison and Lauren. Allison soon to be 10, Lauren soon to be 6. They are just so full of energy and life. And I think, wow, they someday will probably be impacted by JA too. It'll help them become successful adults and leaders in the future. I want to thank many other folks in the room. You know, Bill did some of it already. Margaret Lawson was a great partner helping all of us run this event for so many years. And we love you, Margaret. Thank you very much. Mary Jane, you were fantastic too. Lou Golden, who could not be here tonight. I think we all know Lou as a great leader of JA. Many of us worked with him, and we were like, you sure Jeremy can actually do this, Lou? And he has. So he built his own successor as well. But I want to thank everyone that's involved in JA, because you are the ones that actually make the impact. And for those of you who are not involved yet, please consider becoming more engaged in junior achievement. Our young people are in vital need of the skills JA provides. There are many ways to become involved, and I promise you will find it very rewarding. So on behalf of all of us at Stanley Black & Decker, thank you, Junior Achievement, for all you do for our children in helping us create the next generation of young leaders, because they are the ones that will take this community forward. Thank you, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you, Don, for making our communities better places to be. And Bill, good job. I don't know if they're going to invite you back, but. I'm getting the hook. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's all right. While you were talking, I was thinking of starting drinking. So, just kidding, Don. Good one. He said he thought I had. Just before we wrap up, I just want to say to if everyone on the JA board, both in New Haven and in Hartford, JA Emeritus, if you could please stand up, as well as I want a special thanks to Sue Jackson of KPMG, Chair of the Hartford Board, and Brian Levine from Bank of America, Chairs New Haven's Board. Please stand up and please have a round of applause. And I want to thank, we talk so much about Jeremy. Anyone who works with the staff at JA and people who put together tonight did an amazing job. So for everybody who works with Jeremy, thank you so much. And the last thing I want to say, beyond just congratulations to Karen, Sam, Reed, Tom, Bill, and Don, is that, I don't know about you, but this JA BizTown Finance Park facility, and to be the first one in New England, the aspirational element is inspiring. And I just would say to everybody, let's make that happen. Have a great night, drive safely, and we'll see you next year.